presents Future Ready India in collaboration with CNBC TV 18 and Forbes India, Rebooting India Inc.
Hello and welcome to this special presentation titled Future Ready India, presented by Automation Anywhere in collaboration with CNBC TV 18 and Forbes India. I'm your host Gautam Srinivasan, and today I will engage in a conversation with technology leaders from diverse sectors of India Inc. on how intelligent automation is transforming the way India works. Well, if data is the new oil in this fourth industrial revolution, how is automation driving us forward? That's the big question. And to answer that, we have a stellar panel. Let me quickly introduce them to you. First up is Ananta Sayana, Chief Digital Officer at Larsen & Toubro. Also with us is Alok Khanna, Executive Director, Strategic Information Systems at IOCL. Manoj Kumar, Head of IT at HPCL Mittal Energy Limited, also joins us. And with him is Rajesh Uppal, Member Executive Board for HR, IT and Safety at Maruti Udyog. And finally with us is Milan Sheth, EVP IMEA Region for Automation Anywhere. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Automation, a very pertinent topic considering the circumstances. And well, Industry 4.0 rests on the pillar of automation and particularly intelligent automation. So I want to take this conversation from a 3C perspective, which is company, customer, and culture. So let's start with company first. Now, automation can help in streamlining business processes. It can enable faster decisions. And looking at the range of business problems which can be solved with this marriage of intelligent automation and artificial intelligence, how will the very face of business management change for your industry, considering the bandwidth it leaves leaders free? Mr. Sayana, we'll start with you. Do you think we are entering the era of de-headquarterization, in your opinion?
At Larsen & Toubro, automation is a part of our overall digital transformation journey. One example of what automation has been done at all our project sites is thousands of construction machinery equipment have been connected using IoT. So it is automated, untouched by hand. All this machinery send data back to headquarters or wherever you want to see it from, saying when did the machine start, how much did it produce, what work did it do. So it is possible for anyone who is monitoring the project or monitoring the performance of the machinery to know what the machine did without having to visit the site. And so that provides visibility about the progress in the project. And this is one example of untouched automation where a machine is connected to the network and transmits data about its parameters and the work that it done. We have connected over 10,000 machines across 600 project sites. And this gives us a dashboard which you can view from anywhere. And you said it right. You don't have to necessarily sit in headquarters to view the dashboard. You can view the dashboard on a mobile phone from wherever you are. And not only that, that is about the equipment. Likewise, there are a number of other things that give us visibility into what is happening at the project.
Mr. Uppal, wide, extensive dealership network, a wide showroom network. How is this automation process kind of leading to a de-headquarterization for the auto industry, and especially in your use case?
Okay, see, digital interface with a customer has been a primary project which we are driving, where with a large customer data on backend, how can we very prescriptive to each customer on any mode of channel he want to interact with us, whether he's talking to a dealer sales executive, or he calling us on phone, or he's coming to a website or an app, a multi-channel experience to customer, and which is predominantly has to be digital today, post-pandemic, which is the whole way of working today. So the whole part of creating that central digital framework for our customer has been a major focus for us in a plan. And we're trying to make sure that with all the data coming from various touch points around, how can we be very prescriptive to a customer and give him exactly what he's looking for from us has been a major focus for us to look at that. But which is very keenly supported by other projects on the back end, whether it could be IoT and shop floor to be more efficient, or even IoT on our logistics to be very predictive on where your goods are and when are you going to reach to customer to deliver him on time and so on and so forth. I think automation on all areas of business is a prime focus of over there. And we want to ensure that we deliver value to our customer based on the what he wants to get from us.
All right, Milan, let me get your view. And you've got two very large companies, conglomerates even, who are talking about automation and how there's already a very strong end-to-end digital first strategy in place. In your opinion, how should laggards who have to catch up with these large competitors, how should they approach the automation journey?
Well, I think both Mr. Uppal and Mr. Saina touched on a fundamental truth, which is customer experience. You're trying to improve customer experience by using automation, or you're trying to bring productivity in your back office, mid office functions. I think the learning we've had working with conglomerates and the large sort of India corporate, India Inc., is twofold. That whether you're a laggard or you have started early, the it's a there's a huge opportunity to automate, simply because we've always used adding more and more linear equation of people to the growth, and the technology necessarily always was not fully deployed. So that's one opportunity for everybody. And then the second is that if you are seeking to do customer experience, whichever industry you are in, whether you are in oil and gas or a automobile, as Mr. Uppal highlighted, that you want to offer a channel to the, and there is the big opportunity that can your every employee use an automation to be an assistant to them, to make their work better, help service the customer faster, and obviously at a lower cost. So the opportunity is both on the front office, Gautam, as well as on the mid and back office for different dimensions of the problem you're trying to solve.
All right, and Manoj, from what the views you have heard from our panelists, what's your view on in the approach of an automation journey? What do you think are the key aspects of a great automation journey?
See, automation is, it has become the DNA of any organization. It cannot be a separate strategy. It should be the part of the business strategy, where the automation comes first. And Milan rightly said, but traditionally, in India Inc., they believed in more hiring people because we are not as expensive what we have seen in the Western world. That was major driving force. But now with the automation, what we are realizing, with this available manpower, we need to deliver the quality work. Okay, because this generation, the next generation, they are not looking for the survival only. They are looking for the quality of the life, quality of the work. So if we, take out the mundane and the repetitive task out of their life, they can spend more on their analyzing and the quality work, which is a major factor, in my opinion, to retain in the respective organization and to give them quality work. So this is also a very important factor, in my opinion, how automation is getting right. And there are many digital tools, what we say, whether it is a robotic process automation, IoTs, big data, or, the live chatbots, the natural language processing, etc. So, we need to give the, different experience. And this experience, of course, to the customer, to the employee, to the partner ecosystem, to the society, but those kind of things we need to keep on pushing. And as I said, it should be the part of the DNA of the organization. It should not be a separate strategy, the digital strategy.
Question to you, Mr. Khanna. How does automation help conglomerates manage large disruptions, especially from the perspective of resilience in their business continuity plan and business continuity management?
We have got huge processes like direct benefit transfer of LPG to almost 3 million customers every day directly into their bank accounts. Similarly, the release of 8 crore Ujjwala Yojana connections to the stakeholders within a very short period of 1 year. So these are all examples of big data where it not only involves integration within the internal system, but also external systems like bank, GUID, NPCI, etc. And as this data is pertaining to public, therefore it has to be handled with extreme sensitivity also. The resilience in the process have to be especially concrete on data management and data recovery, as well as keeping tab on the status of data at any point of time. So with the availability of better connectivity, server virtualization, and cloud storage, they provide a great possibilities in on this front. And with the MITRE approved certified data centers coming up, large organizations like us will be able to leverage the power of cloud also, and moving to public or private or hybrid clouds, it is definitely going to help us in reducing, optimizing manpower, improve security, and simplify processes. And of course, the most important, ensure availability.
Automation Anywhere presents Future Ready. Automation Anywhere presents Future Ready India in collaboration with CNBC TV 18 and Forbes India, rebooting India Inc.
Mr. Saina, how has automation helped L&T deliver better and more nuanced customer experiences?
I think in terms of customer experience, automation enables us to get real-time data about the status of the project in real time. And when the customer gets to know where his project is and what is the status through automation, and that's all he needs. Now, if we are executing a large project where, let us say, we are doing either rural electrification projects or an irrigation projects, and the customer, who's in very large cases, the government, wants to know what is the status of the project, and you are able to provide visibility of that project, or the status of how far construction has come, and what is the status of the engineering drawings, how much have been approved. Every status visibility in real time enables the conversation to proceed to what can be done next, rather than discovering what is the status. So getting to that stage through digitalization, through a variety of means where you are able to collect information in real time from the factories or the project sites into a dashboard that everybody can see, that enables us to interact better with customers and look at solving problems rather than discussing what is the state of the data or what is the state of the project.
Manoj, your view on this, time to shine for the bots, for the RPA bots in a more prominent role in the front office. Is that happening to deliver richer customer interactions? What's your view on this?
The automation in this pandemic time has played an important role for any office, whether it is a front office, mid office, or the back office. Let's say in HML, we started with the back office in finance and HR. We had never thought that in our operations also, people would be accept those kind of bots to generate those reports or doing the transaction across different systems. So I think pandemic was the big push, and people have realized the importance when they experience themselves. Let's say this happening in other department, why it can't be in my department. It created a healthy competition to drive for the automation.
All right. And Milan, taking this question forward, do you see automation marketplaces where customers from diverse sectors, they can leverage pre-built automations, and that becomes a more popular solution, especially with small and medium companies looking to cut costs?
Yeah, I think the large businesses have complexity, and as you rightly said, for them to leverage something ready-made or available on our bot store is difficult. But the smaller enterprises, and I'll take one specific example, the GST filing, and even the government departments. In fact, we've deployed bots on both sides, the Suvidha providers, as well as the enterprises which are filing in small and medium enterprises. They've been able to use standard bots, because when you do GST filing, it's a standard filing for above a certain value. So I would say yes, for small and medium basis. I think the second part, which I would definitely highlight, is the adoption of cloud, which all of us have witnessed, in last probably 6-9 months for small and medium businesses. And again, using bots on cloud gives them that benefit of lowering the cost of operation in per se. So yes, early days. I do hope that as economy revives further, that some of these technologies will be used in an effective and a faster way than probably where the barriers earlier.
What are the use cases where automation will have a positive effect on the workflow? But more importantly, how should it balance itself out with the human factor to create a truly effective productivity system for individual employees who all work in unique ways? So I guess the question I want to ask is, how do you determine when process workflows affecting personal productivity are ripe for automation? Mr. Uppal, your view on this?
The whole mundane process which is running here and all, where we have a lot of data coming from very different sources around and need to be managed together, whether it is reconciliation, whether it's filing of returns and all those things around, to manage this and all. So the automation really make his life much easier. and also make him more efficient to work on all. Whether he's in office or non in office doesn't matter at all. But the whole work is happening over there. So I think the ownership of the people who are able to manage this process very well in their area, I think give them a lot of positivity of work of efficiency, and they manage more time in doing some value add work than really doing a mundane work. So I think motivating people that yes, you are up the curve of your ability to deliver a higher value jobs work than really the routine task. I think that's the positive change of culture which we are trying to bring in the company.
Mr. Khanna, as the talent pool widens, how do you ensure automation tools are intuitive and familiar to those who use it?
Automation tools need to be simple and made ready for masses instead of to be used by classes. So what I mean to say is that till the time an application is solely in the hand of IT professionals, it will not find very wide use. But the moment it's made simple and non-IT users can also use it as a platform to develop solutions to their problems, it will gain much more acceptance. So the tools, what I feel is primarily they have to be GUI based and user friendly, and they should attract and auto lead the users to executing it easily.
I'd love to ask Milan about, we are talking about tools. What is the edge which Automation Anywhere has in the Indian market? It's made in India. It's deeply integrated into the Indian market. Your first customers were Indian. So a lot of factors working for it. But what's that edge which you have?
Yeah, I think the India teaches you value selling, and I think one of the biggest learnings in some of the customers who are on the call today, and there are many more other customers have taught us, is that technology in itself will not deliver the benefit. How do you get it adopted? How do you create the ecosystem of training people, getting the implementers to do it through a self model or at a low cost implementation? So that's on the ecosystem side. I think from a technology side, the idea of discovery, it actually came from some of our Indian customers. They said that we want to automate everything, but what to automate, we don't want even that to be done by a bot. So we launched something called as Discovery Bot during the pandemic, where Discovery Bot can sit on your organization systems and identify that these are the processes which you can automate it and can drive efficiency. So I think the way I put India in the scheme of things is it's our biggest customer base is in India. They give us phenomenal ideas, and which we take it back to further improve and develop our product. And second is that just from the value point of view, that we are not selling technology, we are selling productivity, customer experience, or an employee experience. Those are the three definitions which we've learned from our customers in India, and that is how we've been engaging with them to help them kind of scale their digital journey.
Ending the discussion on what's next, let's start with Mr. Saina. Where do you think we are heading? What's the future of automation in India? Your quick 20-second take on this.
I think automation will become more pervasive. There will be more and more areas that will get automated. And automation will not stop with just automating mundane processes. It will go into artificial intelligence, machine learning, where the bot slowly takes some decisions and then suggests some actions, and it will become more intelligent. So the 20-second answer to that question is that automation is going to become more intelligent.
Mr. Rupal, your view on this, the future of automation in India, what's your statement?
I think the automation, instead of becoming a more COE job, it will democratize into the whole organization, and everybody will start using it to add value to their business around. I see that happening in a big way going forward. Then really become an expertise job by some people to create those automation bots and all, and then rolling it out. It will democratize a lot within the organization going forward. I think I see that happening going forward.
Manoj, what's your contribution to this question of how India can become more future ready when it comes to automation?
See, in my opinion, and I strongly believe that it's not that the labor or the manpower is cheap that will drive the automation. But this talent would like to do some high-end job. I think that would lead to more automation, because nobody would like to do the mundane and the repetitive task. everybody would like to do more hierarchical or more advanced value-added work. So I think that will push the automation, and even in a country like India.
Mr. Khanna, your summary statement?
So the future of automation in India is not only relevant for large organizations, but also for startups that are budding up in large numbers. With the government push for Atmanirbhar Bharat and digitalization, this can enable automation in a more democratized way. And wherever possibility of automation replacing human interference can be identified with IT/OT integration, there is immense scope for moving digital.
Milan, your summary statement on what's next when it comes to automation in India.
I think we'll take the robot out of our daily activities, and automation will augment human intelligence to essentially allow them to do what they're really good at, which is customer experience, empathy, and so a lot of softer skills will play a bigger role. From a technology point of view, we see that 3 years from now, voice and bots will start integrating. Today it's human and bot, but we see that 3 to 4 years roadmap where voice command-led bot execution is something which is likely. And good news is that we believe that it will start from India, and then it will just expand from India to all over the world.
All right. So India would become a sort of laboratory when it comes to automation and the solutions that it presents to diverse businesses and helps them solve a variety of business problems, which in turn is always towards helping the customer get a better experience. On that note, we'll conclude this discussion. I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining in. This has been a discussion on Future Ready India, presented by Automation Anywhere in collaboration with CNBC TV 18 and Forbes India. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Automation Anywhere presents Future Ready India in collaboration with CNBC TV 18 and